Hello and welcome back to Russ's Movie Corner. My name is Russ, and as you can see, I am sitting in front of my movie corner. I have my Through Faith t-shirt on, my Paul, Apostle of Christ movie right next to me, and judging by the frame around me, we are back doing the Bible verses for Flat Earth Debunk. This was Brandt Wessel's spreadsheet that he has completely misrepresented the Bible with. So, without any further ado, let's just jump right back in. So on the last one that we did, we kind of talked about some of these different ones up here. I still don't understand why some of these were chosen, because they don't have anything to do with some of this stuff, but whatever. I don't understand this thing of creation worshippers. Unless he's trying to do... unless he's trying to say that people are worshiping the creation instead of the creator. I have no idea. Alright. Deuteronomy 4, starting in verse 15. You saw no form of any kind the day the Lord spoke to you at Horeb out of the fire. Therefore watch yourselves very carefully, so that you do not become corrupt and make for yourselves an idol, an image of any shape, whether formed like a man or a woman, or like any animal on earth, or any bird that flies in the air, or like any creature that moves along the ground, or any fish in the waters below. And when you look up to the sky, see the sun, the moon, and the stars, all the heavenly array, do not be enticed into bowing down to them and worshipping things the Lord your God has appointed as a portion to all the nations under heaven. But as for you, the Lord took you and brought you out of the iron-smelting furnace out of Egypt, to be a people of his inheritance as you are now. The Lord was angry with me because of you, and he solemnly swore that I would not cross the Jordan and enter the good land the Lord your God is giving you as your inheritance. I will die in this land. I will not cross the Jordan, but you are about to cross over and take possession of that good land. Be careful not to forget the covenant that the Lord your God, that he made with you. Do not make for yourselves an idol in the form of anything the Lord your God has forbidden. For the Lord your God is a consuming fire, a jealous God. I think that's what he's trying to say there. Okay, we're going to jump down and do Deuteronomy 17:3. I'm guessing. Doesn't make any sense. Starting in verse 21 of chapter 16. Do not set up any wooden Asherah pole beside the altar you build to the Lord your God, and do not erect a sacred stone, for these the Lord your God hates. Do not sacrifice to the Lord your God an ox or a sheep that has any defect or flaw in it, for that would be detestable to him. If a man or a woman living among you in one of the towns the Lord gives you is found doing evil in the eyes of the Lord your God in violation of his covenant, and contrary to my command, has worshipped other gods, bowing down to them, or to the sun, or the moon, or the stars in the sky, and this has been brought to your attention, then you must investigate it thoroughly. If it is true, it has been proven that this detestable thing has been done in Israel, take the man or woman who has done this evil deed to your city gate and stone that person to death. On the testimony of 2 or 3 witnesses, a man shall be put to death, but no one shall be put to death on the testimony of only one witness. The hands of the witnesses must be the first in putting him to the death, and then the hands of all the people. You must purge the evil from amongst you. So this is pretty clear that they're talking about, I mean, yes, we're not supposed to worship any graven image because we're supposed to worship the Lord our God only. But these commands were written specifically for the nation of Israel. So they unfortunately don't really apply to us today. I mean, I think that's why he only did the first part of it. Because he's trying to be like all sneaky and saying, well, see, we can say this thing and ha ha ha. But again, you have to take things in context. And if you're not going to take things in context, then it doesn't work right. 2 Kings 23:5. So this is King Josiah. King Josiah was the man who, at the end of 2 Kings, tried to fight to get everything back. And he and he also said to the Lord, don't allow me, or don't kill everything on account of me, because I'm doing good in the sight of you, Lord. And so the Lord said, well, until you die, I won't do my thing. And then he goes off to war and gets killed. And then when that happens, he basically, the Lord speeds up Nebuchadnezzar, and Nebuchadnezzar comes and beats down the Israelites and takes them off like the Lord said would. Okay? Alrighty then. So, 2 Kings 23:5. So, starting in verse 1. Then the king called together all the elders of Judah and Jerusalem, went up to the temple of the Lord with the men of Judah and the people of Jerusalem, the priests and the prophets and all the people from the least to the greatest. He read in their hearing the words of the book of the covenant, which had been found in the temple of the Lord. King stood by a pillar and renewed the covenant in the presence of the Lord, to follow the Lord and keep his commands, regulations, and decrees with all his heart and with all his soul, thus confirming the words of the covenant written in this book. Then all the people pledged themselves to the covenant. King ordered Hilkiah, the high priest, and priests next in rank, and the doorkeepers, to remove from the temple of the Lord all the articles made for Baal and Asherah, and all the starry hosts. He burned them outside Jerusalem in the fields of the Kidron Valley, and took the ashes to Bethel. He did away with the pagan priests appointed by the kings of Judah to burn incense to the high places of the towns of Judah, and on those around Jerusalem, those who burn incense to Baal, to the sun, the moon, and to the constellations, and to all the starry hosts. He took the Asherah pole from the temple of the Lord to the Kidron Valley outside of Jerusalem and burned it there. He ground it to powder and scattered the dust over the graves of the common people. He also tore down the quarters of the male shrine prostitutes, which were in the temple of the Lord, and where the women were weaving, or did weaving for Asherah. And then basically it goes on from there. So that's just Josiah reaffirming the covenant that Moses made to say, don't worship anything but the Lord. Don't make for yourselves Asherah poles, just like in Deuteronomy. Let's run over to Jeremiah 8:2. Okay. I'm going to start in 7:30, and I'll read through verse 3. I may read a little bit more, we'll see. Okay. The people of Judah have done evil in my eyes, declare the Lord. They have set up their detestable idols in the house that bears my name, and have defiled it. They have built the high places of Topheth in the valley of Ben Hinnom, to burn their sons and daughters in the fire, something I did not command, nor did it enter my mind. So beware of the days coming, declares the Lord, when the people will no longer call it Topheth, or the valley of Ben Hinnom, but the valley of slaughter. For they will bury the dead in Topheth until there is no more room. Then the carcasses of this people will become a food for the birds of the air and the beasts of the earth, and there will be no one to frighten them away. I will bring an end to the sounds of joy and gladness, to the voices of the bride and the bridegroom in the towers of Judah and the streets of Jerusalem, for the land will become desolate. At that time, declares the Lord, the bones of the kings and the officials of Judah, the bones of the priests and the prophets and the bones of the people of Jerusalem will be removed from their graves. They will be exposed to the sun and the moon and all the stars of the heavens, which they have loved and served, which they have followed and consulted and worshipped. They will not be gathered up or buried, but will be like a refuse lying on the ground. Wherever I banish them, all the survivals of this evil nation will be from death to life, declares the Lord Almighty. Okay, so basically, yes, this is just warnings to the people for doing the things that they did. But, and I agree that there are probably some people out there that are, through evolution, worshiping the creation and not the creator. People that look to the stars and think, oh, these are billions of years old, and oh, we're all just stardust, and oh, we're all just this, oh, we're all just that. I get it. I do. But, that's not going to, people are still going to do it, no matter what. Okay? We can't change their minds. But trying to tell them that the earth is flat when it's actually round is not going to help change their minds. Earthquakes only shake earth. What else would they shake? That's why we call them earthquakes, dumbass. Literally. You have to be some kind of moron not to understand that. Alright. 2 Samuel 22:8. David sang to the Lord the words of this song when the Lord delivered him from the hand of all his enemies and from the hand of Saul. He said, Lord is my rock, my fortress, and my deliverer. My God is my rock, in whom I take refuge, my shield and my horn, and the horn of my salvation. He is my stronghold, my refuge, and my Savior. From violent men you save me. I call to the Lord, who is worthy of praise, and I am saved from my enemies. The waves of death swirled about me, the torrents of destruction overwhelmed me. Cords of the grave coiled around me, the snares of death confronted me. In my distress I called to the Lord, I called out to my God. From his temple he heard my voice, my cry came to his ears. The earth trembled and quaked, the foundations of the heavens shook. They trembled because he was angry. Smoke rose from his nostrils, consuming fire came from his mouth, burning coals blazed out of it. He parted the heavens and came down, dark clouds were under his feet. Okay, so you're going to go to a song that he's singing about the Lord getting angry and the earth quaking at the Lord being angry, and that's going to tell you what? Exactly. That the earth quaked because the Lord was angry? Or that the earth quakes because it's an earthquake? I don't understand. Where the hell are you going with this, dude? Okay? You make it seem like if the earth is some kind of sphere and an earthquake happens, what? Yes, earthquakes happen on a spherical earth just like they would on a flat earth. Are you that much of an idiot? Yes, the answer is yes. Okay? I don't even think we need to do this, because here he's going to use a passage from Isaiah, which is a prophetic book. Okay? And Revelation 6. Again, another prophetic book about the wrath of the Lamb earthquake, which is going to shake the entire earth when it happens. Are you an idiot, son? Yes. The answer is yes. Because you obviously don't understand that it's called an earthquake for a reason. As far as we know, we're the only planet in the solar system that has tectonically active plates. Okay? As far as we know. Now we know that like Europa, because it's all ice, has shifting ice. But that's not the same thing as an earthquake. It's just water bubbles up and freezes again. That's it. The ice gets pretty thin, the water bubbles up, and then it refreezes. It's not tectonically active as far as we know. We're the only planet that is tectonically active in this entire solar system, which is why we call them earthquakes. Because we live on Earth, you absolute moron. Again, you would have to be some kind of an idiot not to understand that. Okay? I just don't get it. What the hell, dude? And yes, let's go back to the book of Job. Okay? To talk about, I don't know, some dumb idea. Because, yeah, Eliphaz knows what the hell he's talking about, doesn't he? Did you even bother to proofread this shit? I'm guessing not. And, oh my God. Again, did you even read this? This is not talking about the sun, you moron! It's not talking about the sun. Verse 12. Is not God in the heights of heaven? And see how lofty are the highest stars? Yet you say, what does God know? Does he judge through such darkness that clouds veil him so he does not see us as he goes about in the vaulted heavens? Will you keep to the old path that evil men have trod, where they were carried off before their time, their foundations washed away by a flood? They said to God, leave us alone. What can the Almighty do to us? Yet it was he who filled their houses with good things, and so I stand aloof from the counsel of the wicked. He's not even talking about... This whole book is an exhortation, okay, of Job's frustration at his perfect worship of God. And he's struck down, and he's like, I don't understand why all this calamity hit me. I've never done anything untoward in my life. I don't understand why this is happening to me. And Job's friends saying, you've obviously sinned, Job. Can God do this? Can God not do that? Blah, blah, blah. Okay? The whole thing is an exhortation on God. So yeah, let's go to the book on exhortation about God to say that the sun has a circuit over a flat earth. Because, why not? You're such a fucking idiot. And I'm done. Okay? I am done being Mr. Nice Guy. I am done sitting around here and trying to do this. Okay? I'm gonna call it like it is. This is fucking idiotic. Okay? This guy does not know what the hell he's talking about. Okay? I've done 23 of these damn things. This is episode 23 right now, part 23 of this series, okay? I am almost 500 cells deep into this fucking shit, okay? And not a single verse in here has ever proven anything about the shape of the damn earth. Now, I'm going to continue on this fucking voyage, okay? Because I said, when I started this shit, I was going to fucking finish it. But that doesn't necessarily mean that I'm going to sit here and be Mr. Nice Guy when this guy's calling himself some vaunted Christian. Okay? He never read a single fucking verse he put in this damn thing. Look at this. Read it with me. If you're believing in flat earth because some Christian tells you that the Bible says so, you're not reading the Bible. Okay? You're not. And I'm here to tell you today, read the damn Bible. And you'll find out that it doesn't say anywhere anything about the shape of the earth. In fact, if anything, it says that the earth is a globe. Because when Jesus is talking about the end times, he says there will be two men, one working in the field, one in bed. That obviously means that someone's on the night side of the earth and someone's on the daytime side of the earth when the Lord comes. That doesn't mean that there's some magical flat dirt pizza somewhere, okay, out there that no one can prove. That not a single flat earther has been able to prove that the earth is flat. Every single one of their experiments has failed, okay? And I proposed some things on this one, and I have yet to have a single flat earther come back and go, oh, gee, I've tried this, it didn't work. Because they do work, because we live on a ball earth, okay? We live on a spherical earth, because what is a circle in 3 dimensions? It's a sphere. How come the sun is a sphere? How come the moon is obviously a sphere? Okay? Ask yourself this question, which is something that I asked in the last one. How does the moon have shadows on it and phases if it gives off its own damn light? It cannot. God called it the lesser light because it reflects light of the sun back to earth, but in a lesser capacity. It's not as bright as the sun, which is the greater light. Duh! I have 2 lights shining on me right now. Okay? You can only see the one because the one is brighter than the other. Okay? I use the other so that I can read the Bible because my computer, the way that the thing is set up, my laptop sitting here, okay, blocks a lot of that light coming over so that I can read the stinking Bible passages. So I found out if I turn on another light in my room, I can read. So I have a greater light and a lesser light. Because the lesser light is further away and it's more diffuse. Then the greater light is more direct. Duh! I'm not even going to go to Psalm 19. Okay? Because I already know it doesn't matter. Because it's not talking about it can still make a circuit across the sky on a spherical earth. Which it does. Rises in the east, sets in the west. Okay? I mean, this crap is so damn stupid. Yeah, it just talks about the heavens declaring the glory of God. The skies proclaim the work of his hands. It says, in the heavens he has pitched a tent for the sun, which like a bridegroom, coming forth from his pavilion like a champion rejoicing to run his course. It rises at one end of the heavens and makes its circuit to the other. Nothing is hidden from its heat. Is that true? Yes. It rises in the east, sets in the west. So, I'm sorry. Does that say that it's a flat earth? No. In fact, if anything, it's just reconfirming that it's round. Come on, people. Okay. Let's start verse 20. We're going to start in verse 1. Actually, we'll start in verse 1. In those days Hezekiah became ill and was at the point of death. The prophet Isaiah, son of Amoz, went to him and said, "This is what the Lord said, put your house in order because you are going to die, you will not recover." Hezekiah turned his face to the wall and prayed to the Lord. Remember, O Lord, how I have walked before you faithfully, with the wholehearted devotion, and have done what is good in your eyes. And Hezekiah wept bitterly. Before Isaiah had left the middle court, the word of the Lord came back to him. Go back and tell Hezekiah, the leader of my people, this is what the Lord God of Father David has said. I have heard your prayer and have seen your tears. I will heal you. On the 3rd day from now, you will go up to the temple of the Lord. I will add 15 years to your life, and I will deliver you and this city from the hand of the king of Assyria. I will defend this city for my sake, and for the sake of my servant David. Then Isaiah said, prepare a poultice of figs. And they did so and applied it to the boil, and he recovered. Hezekiah asked Isaiah, what will be the sign that the Lord will heal me, and that I will go up to the temple of the Lord on the 3rd day from now? Isaiah answered, this is the Lord's sign to you, that the Lord will do what he has promised. Shall the shadow go forward 10 steps, or shall it go back 10 steps? It is a simple matter for the shadow to go forward 10 steps, said Hezekiah. Rather, have it go back 10 steps. Then the prophet Isaiah called upon the Lord, and the Lord made the shadow go back 10 steps, as it had gone down on the stairway of Ahaz. So literally, all that is, okay, is that is a supernatural power of the Lord. Because the Lord is outside of time, space, and matter, which is what our universe is made of. Okay? And he can cause the sun, he can cause the shadow to move backwards if he wishes. Because he's God. And Hezekiah asked. Okay, because Isaiah said, well, he can make it move forward 10 steps or move back 10 steps. And Hezekiah said, well, make it move back 10 steps. So when he went to go, the shadow moved back 10 steps, and that's how he knew. Again, what does that prove, dude? What does that prove? God is supernatural. He doesn't answer to you. He doesn't answer to me. He does what he wills. Okay? Hezekiah asked for a sign, was given a sign by the Lord God. What the hell does this have to do with a flat earth? Again, make it fucking make sense. It does not fucking make sense. I mean, seriously, dude. Make it make sense. This doesn't make sense to the shape of the fucking earth. Because God can do whatever he wants. And I know some people are going to go, well, see, if God can do what he wants, he can make a flat earth. Yeah, he can make a flat earth. Why? Why would he make a flat earth? Why would he make everything else spherical, including the sun, the moon, the stars that we obviously see, the planets that we can obviously observe from Earth? Why would he make those spherical and yet, I don't know, do something stupid like make the Earth flat? That doesn't make any fucking sense at all. Make it make sense. And again, I'm not even going to do this next one where it says the sun stops moving. Because the sun is moving, son. It is moving through the sky right now as I'm sitting here. Because time is marching on. In fact, unless you didn't fucking know, okay? Let there be lights in the expanse of the sky to separate the day from the night, and to let them serve as sign to mark the seasons and days and years. And let them be lights in the expanse of the sky to give light on earth, and it was so. Genesis chapter 1, you idiot. Learn it. Yeah, let's go to Habakkuk and Isaiah, 2 prophetic books, to talk about the sun magically stopping because God can. And let's go to the book of Job, because why the fuck not? Because when Job was saying about God, okay, like literally he's talking that about God. It has no anything, okay? And Joshua, yeah, because the Lord said, I will command the sun to stand still so that you will win this battle. Again, God can do whatever the fuck he likes. Because he's God. And you're not, son. So it's high time you got with the damn program. That you're not God. Okay? Because I'm willing to bet that he probably believes in the little God's doctrine. Oh, I'm a little God. No, you're not. Okay? Yeah, because let's go to another prophetic book. Because why the fuck not? Jesus. Yeah, so let's go to the lament for Pharaoh, shall we? Yeah, because that works. Dumbass. In the 12th year, in the 12th month, on the first day, the word of the Lord came to me. Son of man, take up a lament concerning Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and say to him, You are like a lion among nations, you are like a monster in the seas, thrashing about in your streams, churning the water with your feet and muddying the streams. This is what the sovereign Lord says, With a great throng of people I will cast my net over you. They will haul you up in my net. I will throw you on the land and hurl you onto the open field. I will let all the birds of the air settle on you, and the beasts of the earth gorge themselves on you. I will spread your flesh on the mountains and fill the valleys with your remains. I will drench the land with your flowing blood all the way to the mountains, and the ravines will be filled with your flesh. When I snuff you out, I will cover the heavens and darken the stars. I will cover the sun with a cloud, and the moon will not give its light. Are you fucking serious right now? What the fuck are we even doing here? The sun, it doesn't say that the sun is in the clouds. It says, I will cover the sun with a cloud. It literally says it right there. I will cover the sun with a cloud. Are you a moron? Yes, the answer is yes. You are an absolute fucking moron. I mean, seriously, dude. What in the absolute fuck is this? It doesn't say that the sun's in the clouds. It says, I will cover the sun with a cloud. Not hide the sun in the clouds. Are you a moron? Yeah, and let's go to Job, because that's a good book to go to. Yeah. Because we found so much stuff in that one, haven't we? Fucking moron. Yeah. What? 36:32. He fills his hands with lightning and commands it to strike its mark. His thunder announces the coming storm. Even the cattle makes known its approach. What the hell? What in the hell is going on here? Is this even the right damn verse? What the fuck? How does he cover the light? Command it not to shine by the cloud that cometh betwixt. Yeah. So how is that the sun is in the clouds, you absolute fucking idiot? I don't get it. What the fuck are you even talking about, son? That doesn't say anything about that. In fact, if anything, it says the absolute opposite of it. Yes, even in this one it says he covers his hands with the lightning and commands it to strike the mark. Its crashing declares his presence. The cattle also declare that he rises. What in the fuck am I reading? Vapor. What the fucking hell is going on here? I don't get it. It doesn't make any logical fucking sense. Alright. Yeah, see this one. See, the New Living Translation says he fills his hands with lightning bolts and hurls each at its target. What the hell is this guy doing? He's an absolute moron. If he thinks that has anything to do with the clouds, what the absolute fuck? Shit. His two hands with lightning and commands it concerning the mark. The thunder declares regarding him, and the cattle also concerning what is coming up. And that one was translated from Latin Vulgate, right? All I know is this guy's a fucking idiot if he thinks that that's what that means. Because it's literally saying he covers the light. Not that the clouds are hiding the light. It says it covers the light. 37:21. Let's see if that actually makes any fucking sense. Okay, mine says out of the now no one can look at the sun, bright as it is in the skies, after the wind has swept them clean. Is that where you're getting this whole notion of the clouds? Some bullshit about the clouds is from 37:21. Now no one looks on the light when it is bright in the skies, when the wind has passed and cleared them. Talking about clouds, I'm guessing. Is this where you're getting this notion of the sun being in the clouds? Because of a mistranslation out of the King James version? And now men see not the bright light which is in the clouds, but the wind passeth and cleanseth them. What? Yeah. But the wind passeth and cleanses them. Fair weather cometh out of the north, with God in terrible majesty. Touching the Almighty, we cannot find him out. He is excellent in power and judgment and plenty of justice. Yeah, it's not saying... That's nothing to do with saying that it is in the clouds. It's saying that the light is in the clouds, not the sun is in the clouds. Because light can hit the clouds, but we don't see the bright light, we just see the diffuse light from the clouds. But the wind passes and cleanseth them, talking about the clouds themselves, which means that the wind's going to clear the clouds away from them, which means this guy's still an idiot. What the fucking hell? Isaiah 34:4. I still don't get it. It doesn't make any sense. Here again, let's talk about prophetic passages. Okay, prophecy doesn't necessarily mean that it's exactly what it's going to say. Come near, you nations, and listen. Pay attention, you peoples. Let the earth hear, and all that is in it, the world and all that comes out of it. The Lord is angry with all nations. His wrath is upon the armies. He will totally destroy them. He will give them over to slaughter. Their slain will be thrown out, their dead bodies will send up a stench, the mountains will be soaked with their blood. All the stars of the heavens will be dissolved, and the sky rolled up like a scroll. All the starry host will fall, like withered leaves from the vine, and like shriveled figs from the fig tree. It says the sky rolled up like a scroll, not heaven. And it doesn't even say pass away, except for 2 Peter. But all that is that just says the heavens shall pass away with a great noise. In Revelation 6:14, that's again the same verse as the Wrath of the Lamb earthquake. That's talking about the Wrath of the Lamb earthquake. It has nothing to do with the heavens passing away. It's meaning that the sky will darken, and the moon will become a sackcloth. And the sky will become a sackcloth, and the moon is blood. That's literally the Wrath of the Lamb earthquake, folks. That has nothing to do with heaven passing away. Okay? It's saying that the Lord is going to veil the stars, and all you will see is the moon that looks like blood. Okay? So, what the fucking hell? Stars fall from heaven and darkened. What in the hell? What in the hell is this guy doing? I do not understand a single thing he has done. Isaiah 13:10 and 34:4. Isaiah 13:10 and Isaiah 34:4. Yeah, so he literally has the same exact passage 3 times. And I'm pretty sure that the one from Mark, chapter 13:25, is the same thing as Isaiah 34:4 and Isaiah 13:10. It's literally the same passage. The sun will be darkened, and the moon will not give its light. The stars will fall from the sky, and the heavenly bodies shaken. At that time the sign of the Son of Man will appear in the sky, and all the nations of the earth will mourn. They will see the Son of Man coming on the clouds of the sky with power and great glory. And he will send his angels with a loud trumpet call, and they will gather his elect from the 4 winds, from one end of heaven to the other. Learn this lesson from the fig tree. As soon as its twigs get tender and its leaves come out, you know that summer is near. Even so, when you see all these things, you know it is near, right at the door. I tell you the truth, this generation will certainly not pass away until all these things have happened. Heaven and earth will pass away, but my words will never pass away. So, honestly, yeah, that doesn't do anything. Because it's literally, this one here, 13:25, is, and the stars of heaven shall fall, and the powers that are in heaven shall be shaken. It's right here. And the stars of heaven, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. So I still don't understand what he's talking about, because this is talking about the end times. This is not talking about, like, right now. Okay? It just doesn't make any sense. Because, like, most of this stuff, again, is prophetic in nature. Revelation 6:13, the stars of heaven fell into earth. That's part of the same fucking passage as this one, which is talking about what? The wrath of the Lamb earthquake. Revelation 8:10, and an angel sounded, and there fell a great star from heaven, burning as it were a lamp, and it fell upon a third of the part of the rivers, and that's the wormwood. Okay, that makes the rivers bitter and kills people. And the fifth angel sounded, and I saw a star fall from heaven to earth, and it was given the key to the bottomless pit. That's Apollyon. Revelation 12:4, and I drew out a third of the part of the stars of heaven, and did cast them to the earth. And the dragon stood before the woman, which was ready to be delivered for to devour her child as soon as it was to be born. That is actually part of Lucifer's fall from heaven. Ezekiel 32:7. I believe that is the prophecy against the king of Tyre. I could be wrong. It's been a while since I've actually read that one, but I want to say that's what that one was. Ezekiel, sorry. No, that's the lament for Pharaoh. Never mind. That's the lament for Pharaoh. And then Joel, yeah, that doesn't make any difference. What? See all hosts of heaven, stars with bare eyes. Well, maybe on a clear night. That doesn't mean anything. Doesn't mean that the earth is flat. Just means that you can see stars. Doesn't mean you can see everything. 19. Are you stupid? Are you literally using the same passage that you were trying to justify people worshiping the creation instead of the creator to try to say that you can see all the hosts of heavens with your bare eyes? Are you dumb? Are you an idiot? What the hell is this? What the hell? Stars high and above. What does that mean? If they're high and above, that means that... What? What in the Sam hell fuck is going on here? What? Hold on, what the fuck is going on here? Stars high and above. If that's the truth, then that means that there's no magical dome over us. That means that the stars are way out there. Yet we can still see them. That means they're in space beyond us. Behold the height of the stars, how high they are. How high are they? Did you measure them? Did you yourself measure them, Brandt? Come on. Did you? Come on, Brandt Wessels, answer me. Did you measure the fucking stars? How high are they? Huh? Where's this magical dome at? With the stars in it? Come on. Moron. I can already tell you that passage in Isaiah doesn't mean what he thinks it fucking means. Because he's an idiot. Starting in verse 3, chapter 14. On the day the Lord gives you relief from suffering and turmoil and cruel bondage, you will take up this taunt against the king of Babylon. Oh shit! What the fuck is he talking about? He's talking about the king of Babylon, you absolute moron! What the hell are you even trying to say here? How the oppressor has come to an end, how his fury has ended. The Lord has broken the rod of the wicked, the scepter of the rulers, which anger struck down peoples with unceasing blows, and in fury subdued nations with relentless aggression. All the lands are at rest and at peace. They break into singing. Even the pine trees and cedars of Lebanon exult over you and say, now you have been laid low, no woodsman comes to cut us down. The grave below is all astir to meet you at your coming. It rouses the spirits of the departed to greet you, all those who were its leaders in the world. It makes them rise from their thrones. All the nations who were kings over all those who were kings over the nations, they will respond. They will say to you, you also have become weak as we are. You have become like us. All your pomp has been brought down to the grave, and along with the noise of your harps, maggots are spread out beneath you and worms cover you. How you have fallen from heaven, O morning star, son of the dawn. You have been cast down to the earth, you who once laid low the nations. You said in your heart, I will ascend to heaven. I will raise my throne above the stars of God. I will sit enthroned on the mount of assembly, on the utmost heights of the sacred mountain. I will ascend above the tops of the clouds. I will make myself like the Most High. But you are brought down to the grave, to the depths of the pit. He's talking about King Nebuchadnezzar raising himself up as to be godlike. It's what he's fucking talking about, dude. What the hell are you fucking talking about? This has nothing to do with the stars being high above. It's talking about fucking Nebuchadnezzar putting himself up there. You absolute idiot! And what the hell is this? What the absolute fucking bullshit is this? Moving stars are not planets. Mercury, Venus, Jupiter were of the 12 stars mentioned, occurred 23rd September 2017. What the fuck? Okay, I've been going almost an hour now, and I still don't know what the fuck he's talking about here, okay? So, here's the thing, okay? Here's what's going to happen this time. Okay, we're going to call it here. I'm going to go look and see what the fuck he's talking about here on 23rd September 2017. Okay? Because I need to know what the hell he's trying to say here, okay? Because I happen to know that I have personally, through a telescope, observed Mercury, Venus, Jupiter, Saturn, okay? And I know where they are in the sky, and I can point them out to you. They're not stars, they're actual planets, okay? Now, it is true that God didn't mention planets. Why would he need to? Why? He just said he made the stars also. Would that not include the planets? Do they not shine like stars? Would Moses have known that those were planets? I'm betting not. Considering that those planets, we actually get the name from Roman mythology because the Romans named them. Okay? Because there was one bright star and they named it Jupiter because it was a big bright star in the night sky. Okay? And they named the red one Mars because it looked red and angry. Hence, Mars, the god of fucking war. And because the one that would set, or it would come up early in the morning, or it would set late in the early in the evening, they would go, oh, it's so beautiful. Hence they named it Venus. And then the tiny one that stayed real close to the horizon, they named Mercury because it played hide and seek. You'd have to be some kind of an idiot not to understand why they named the stars that way. It wasn't until Galileo, okay, with a contraption that he had invented called a telescope, you can get those by the fucking way, and he looked up at the stars, and he went, woo. And he noticed that some of them weren't stars. And some of them were moving independent of us. They weren't moving around us, as the church had said. Okay? Because, yeah, the church, for the longest time, said that we were the center of the universe and everything revolved around us. Okay? But Galileo and Copernicus said, no. We're not the center of the universe. The sun is the center, and we're revolving around it. Because that's how we get our seasons. It's how we get our days. It's how we get our years. It's how we know where we are. Okay? And they started observing some of these phenomenon moving all around. And ever since then, we have been observing this stuff. So what the hell occurred the 23rd of September 2017? Okay? So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go do a little bit of research on that. And when I come back next week, okay? And so what I'm going to do is, I've made a note in my phone. I'm going to go check that out. And when I find out what the fuck is going on here, we'll come back and we'll talk about that. Okay? Because I can tell you, okay, that Revelation 12:1 does not refer to the planets. Because there's only 9 of them in our solar system, including us. So there's actually 8 of them out there. Okay? In fact, the 12 stars, the crown of 12 stars, means the 12 tribes of Israel. And any prophetic Bible scholar will tell you that. Because the woman clothed with the sun is the one that gives birth to Jesus. Okay? Hence, if you've ever watched this, or read this book, or watched this movie, or its twin, Manhunter, okay? The red dragon and the woman clothed with the sun, the red dragon is literally sitting there to devour her child as minute she gives birth to it. The woman clothed with the sun is Mary, okay? The 12 stars represent the 12 tribes of Israel. So you don't even know your own Bible, son! And you think you can teach people how to do this kind of fucking bullshit? No. Okay? So 5:37. Alright. Well, all I'm going to say is, smash that like button, hit subscribe, drop a comment below, let me know what you think of this series so far. I'm sorry I got angry today because, I mean, this has just been so frustrating for me because 90% of this stuff doesn't make any fucking sense. He doesn't know what the hell he's talking about, and he's using passages, okay, that don't make any damn sense, okay? It doesn't, it's like, are you fucking stupid, man? So anyway, I said we're in this for the long haul. We're gonna fucking do it. Okay? We are. So as we say, we will see you on the next one.